everything. I'm in Germany. I just instantly unplugged everything. I'm in my
Pick up
hotel.
more and more surge on the teams trying to rotate deep into
It's
the
fine.
zone.
I'll leave the call.
But again, more switch-ups going down. Game 2, it does look like G-Money,
you sound
OC,
weird.
and Bryce are going to be uncontested inside of the mountain.
Wait. Bryce and them are on con.
At the top of the mountain, so they're going to be as possible. And this is something that we saw go down throughout the course of the day yesterday, and they're just trying to make sure that they don't risk their entire game on that off-spawn fight.
Barbecue chicken.
Yeah,
I want barbecue chicken to
the
come up on
one,
top
especially
just
when
because
you're
his
going
name is nice.
50-50. We saw a little bit of that yesterday from those teams as well, kind of opting to split it up.
I'm gonna pack my suitcase, but I'm gonna be watching the stream.
I love you, bro.
Successfully in the early
Love you
game
too, bro.
without any contestation. They seem to have had really good games come out of it.
Wait, Visual's taking Josh down in the feed. I think Visual's got caught, chat. King of Link taking one down. Veer goes down. Barbecue chicken. Oh, yeah, he cheats. Yep, he cheats. On my life. I'm not even trolling. Yo, hello? 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 What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Yeah, this is about this team. Silic making the plays in game number 1 to kind of lead into the rest of the game off spawn. And then now it's King's turn. I talked about the aggression. We both did. We saw it through group stages. It's finally great to see it here in back-to-back games for them. Over towards the bridge, though, a fight that we were watching yesterday. Another 50-50 for that floor loot. I think both teams kind of switching it up just a little bit. Once again, where you're at on the leaderboard means so much. Not just the first place FNCS championship, not just the global spots, but there's still a great amount of money to be won.
He is so Owen.
Yeah, and
Thank you for the prime, bro.
Especially for these teams that are now starting to consistently make their way to finals. This is their legacy beginning to get developed.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
You know, you gotta
fuck with y'all heavy Fortnite. You know I love you.
I know last game was a
Can
little
we
bit of
not
a
look
rough
at a
one
bus
for them,
farm, please?
just given the circumstances, but they turned things into an 11th place game for them, really popping off. And not only that, that jumps them up to 16th place overall on the standings. So a top 10 could be in the conversation here, but they gotta make it past the drop first. And Donnie, Crazy, and Joji seem to have kind of taken control of the Shining Span this time around.
Yeah, they even got that elimination on Eulogy before he was able to get over that mountain.
What's up, Break a 5? Appreciate you, bro.
Card as we turn on over to Crime City. Business as usual.
Big cold, baby. Big
cold.
cold.
First place team, just unfortunate going
they
down
got bats.
in 9th place, which left
a
good amount of placement points still on the board, and obviously elimination. So Siamzo Higgs able to close the gap to 6. But landing over towards the server room, getting the train, Peterbot immediately building up, and looking over towards Foxy Floodgates. That's where you have visual.
This is what Clicks has to compete again. Whoa!
Early game surge, and Peterbot just
fucking
takes most of that damage, forced to kind of take a break here, breathe, reassess the situation.
Up on a full chug jug here. I don't blame him.
Chill,
some prestigious heals getting utilized here. Visuals you can see looking to potentially play a cheeky little side angle right there. Higgs, Clicks, and Yamza though. Volt secured. Now time to head out. Start looking for that damage. Higgs, no upgraded rifle. We'll see if he can kind of fish for something new here shortly.
Yeah, Clicks needs a. I mean, Higgs needs a new rifle.
Have pulled off 7 pickups, most of any team so far in the game. Those revives.
Yeah, Hydra obviously. What the fuck?
Most of
That's
which
basic IQ,
was
bro.
accumulated yesterday. We saw in those final games, but still, even now, Clicks got saved in the last round as well. So crucial for their strategy is keeping the entire team up.
Yeah, it's just in part the way they kind of play the low ground, getting the front side of the zone. At times, even taking storm damage just to get deep into the zone with their builds before they backtrack. They found a lot of success in that game. If they can keep this momentum going, we can have this race all day long. But a new horse has entered the mix. Acorn, Pollo, Agers. They won that last game. They climbed up the leaderboard. They got a tying spot.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just kind of imagining a Clicks win.
Due to that victory,
what would happen
in that
after
last
the
game
tweets,
over
the
Reed
stream,
Cooper
like
and Curly.
It would actually be
And
fucking
they're sticking to the
historical.
strategies.
On my
They
life,
got
it would.
access to Mass Meadows,
Like low-key,
the
like
vault with an abundance of loot.
I don't know. It would just be. It would be historical
towards that black
as fuck,
market,
bro.
where Acorn's the one that kind of relays a lot of those extra heals on over.
Like,
It was really nice as they're keeping
bro,
the
the stream
pace
would
and the
be
momentum
fucking
that they
like.
kinda
It
left
would be
themselves
so
off with games
like
5 and
I
6
don't know.
yesterday. Really setting
I would
them up
sit there watching
big time
Clicks'
to be in
stream
the
after,
conversation and then,
literally
of course,
over NA
initiate
West
the
Finals. Like, fuck
tournament
that
day
shit.
2 with a win. It's going to be the perfect storm here for them right now.
But
you
like,
can arguably say, you know,
we might have to watch NA West if you don't win.
Between 3rd down to 8th, right? They're all just within a couple of means points.
Zoe, yeah, I'll be happy for Zoe, man.
Really
I'm not
is
gonna lie.
overall a super close competition, but
like,
one thing I want
especially
to
the whole like kicked out of
highlight
land
was this
thing
trio
and
right
everything.
here.
Like,
Visuals,
oh, man.
braids, and a minish.
DDoS every time, like choking.
Fortnite. Really just a sleeper team. And this is one that's been around the block for a long time, right? This is not a trio that's just new by any means, but
so is a legend. It's
seem to
always
have
a
this season figured out.
Yamzo's also a great kid,
Yeah,
bro.
whether you're, you know,
like seriously,
doing
he
the
doesn't know how to
watch
like.
parties, Fortnite comp report, or
He doesn't
Ozzy
know how to
himself.
talk
This
shit
is always
behind
a team
people's
when
backs.
I'm looking at their predictions, Monster. They're a dark horse.
Like,
they're always in the conversation.
I like that
Even
about him a
when
lot.
Visual and Braids were a duo landing.
I
in the
like
split
that a lot
drop
about
they
him
made
a lot,
themselves.
like,
They
for
always
real.
command that respect.
He's like
And with
he's
the
like
early game that we saw with a minute
he's like a
going
me
down,
type of guy.
eliminated by
Like just
Peterbot,
say it
we
to
saw
like
visuals
how it
going
is.
down over towards
Like,
Fox
not
and
give a fuck.
Floodgates, forced to reboot. They
I
were
mean, it could
still
come
able
up
to
as
pull off
fucked
a
up,
6th
but,
place
like,
with
who
6
cares?
eliminations, which gives them that 24-point lead over 4th place.
And last game, I mean, just play from a minish. Incredible stuff to make that push and keep his tournament
Yo, Sid,
run
thank you for the
alive,
prime,
keep
bro.
him in the game,
Appreciate
to even
that, brother.
have a little piece of an end game there.
I guess he's like you.
It's
Well, no, I'm not
definitely the
saying,
difference
like,
maker.
like
Ritual
that,
Cold and
like,
Peterbot, though,
bro, you know how,
just kind
like,
of setting up here. You
sometimes
can
when you
see
say shit how it is, it's not
they've
also,
already
like,
done what they
it's
had
not
to
awesome,
do
you know? It
over at
doesn't
the
always
drop.
come
Now
out
they're
good,
looking to kind
but
of
it's just
disperse
real,
out.
like,
Meanwhile, Kanata Bolts
you know?
back on the hunt here, continuing
You're
to
fat?
take
Here,
these
you're chopped
Eastern
and fucking
fights, and
retarded.
most importantly,
Like, what?
take
Shut the
them
fuck
with
up,
no
Ranger.
fear of sitting in the
Fucking
zone for a
retard.
while. I mean,
I didn't want to say that word,
count
bro.
here, they found Yusuf and it boxed him up. Oh,
200.
gotta be doing better than that. Yusuf somehow didn't even have his walls under control before this all kicked off, and then Bolts get
Forgot about
right to
Kanata.
wonderful tags there. That's
Oh,
a
fuck
big
no,
damage for them
Jules.
right now.
Oh,
Even
hell
though they're
no.
able to get Eulogy back and really able to do anything with it. And I
It's
like the
not
way
real.
Bolts played it. Even though they didn't need it, because as you said, they boxed him up.
Disgusting
You
word?
saw him
Yeah, I don't
run
like
across
using
the
that
entire
R
left
word.
side,
Retard.
net Sphinx, and
Even
cut
though
out,
it's
pushed
used as,
directly
like,
towards his
stupid
opponent.
dummy,
He
but
was prepared just in case
so
he was trying to
disturbing.
disengage,
It's
run
not
out
me,
here,
you know?
ran into Bolts. But they were just too quick. Bolts didn't really get to do
Jeff, you
anything.
see
Maybe
this shit,
the next
bro?
fight, buddy, as he's looking towards the backside of zone. Sees a full trio back there. And right now, it's essentially up to them how long they want to stay here at this spot on the map, how long they want to try to hold that team out, and how much surge they think is okay for them to rotate out.
Back on over to the Seaport City.
What happened to Kanata last game?
Zone still
What did
kind of
Kanata
hovering
do?
around this general area, so a lot of time bought here. But you notice the
I wonder-
markers
I
are out.
forgot.
They're going to be
You got a
looking
third?
to focus on
Okay,
the Eastern
okay, got it.
teams. Teams like Kanata potentially that are out there.
He just blocks it off. No. No free damage for you over there, but they're still able to sneak some through. Thresh just looking at that armored vehicle, trying to rotate in towards zones. Definitely hard to land shots, but if that third player, your trio, is in the back and he falls out, you leave him behind, it's almost open season, so you got to be careful for that one as you're rotating through.
Yapko.
Rise, Yapko. You can see
Yappy
they're already
yap.
beginning that rotation out of shiny shafts, slowly but surely, since the zone is rather close.
Yo,
And you can
no,
kind
thank
of
you for
see
the
where
100
the
bits,
zone
by
is
the way.
at this time
Appreciate
around,
that, bro.
just inside of Lone Wolf Slaver. Maybe a little bit of brutal boxcars on the side.
Nice, calm.
Brother, what are you doing? What,
here.
7? Oh, me?
Right now for
Fixing
the
my,
team. Rise
tank
position
top
up at the
under.
surge
You guys don't
base
wear
right
tank
now,
tops?
but
Like, when you tuck
zone's
tank
already
tops
starting
in,
to
like,
pop here.
it's like, I don't know.
It's like another
Bothering
Eastern
me, bro.
draw so far.
Let's get Trey. Or like, they're not tank tops, wife beaters, whatever the fuck they're called. Y'all know what I'm talking about? For like the dudes and shit. Y'all
Just
don't wear
looking around,
those?
see how many teams are still getting left behind. They have the time and the luxury to do it, but on the other side, they might not. Broken, Liam 20. No extra shields for Broken. It does have a med kit, so you can see the possibility of how long this fight has actually been going on, but there is going to be one knock on the other side. 20 goes down, so still a 2v2 breaking out, but at least Broken was able to grab a lot of that extra loot. The siphon mats
Not
could
fucking
be the
awesome,
difference
bro.
maker as the cleanup finally goes through onto JoJo. 2v2 breaking out, but a full third
Hydra, that's
trio,
crazy,
a third
bro.
party is
Praying
now
on,
moving in to
praying on
interrupt this fight.
20's downfall, clowning him in the chat.
Aviv,
But at least he made grands.
comfortably
You're
on the
a
outskirts,
weirdo.
watching it all go down, chipping away at
Wow.
damage here. They have the prime positioning, and notice what they're
Wow.
trying to
I'm
do.
actually DMing
Let
him. I'm
this
not even
middle
trolling.
team kind of wrap things up or break it out, initiate it, so they can clean
Hydra
up the
0
extra
ping all
eons that
Central,
start to
1K
scatter
Central
away.
earn, by the way.
And one thing's for
Swanee,
certain,
what's
they're
up,
picking
bro?
up a
Yeah,
lot
he-
of damage with
like-
the Oxy on the run now.
I actually don't know why he's
Comes
like
Skip
shit
Sync
talking
through.
trolling you. Actually, weirdo. Like, oh God, at least he made it here, bro. Like, we troll brothers and shit, but not during grands, bro.
Very little time left, but Skittles is on the wall. Vive's on the other side here. It's just a matter of time before they likely pick up these elims right now. And I mean, if you're Liam and team, you're thinking about, you know, what went wrong this game, right? They had a couple great moments where they were kind of breaking out of the early game, but things just not really trending in their direction right now.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, they thought it since the zone had
pulled look at Big Cheese
so
of Eve
far away. Maybe they had an isolated fight, but Skills, Chip,
Big Cheese of Eve, man.
Kind of part of their strategy.
Are you digging in your ass? No, I'm fixing my tank top and putting it lower.
Loot. They do a little bit what some of these other teams do, whether they're fighting on spawn or just trying to take shots on any team's rotating late, trying to get out of the zone. This time around, it does work out for them. And one of the big reasons why they feel so comfortable staying so deep into zone on this side of the map is because there's geysers, launch pads, then obviously if they have the kneecappers, there's a lot of different mobility tools they can use to close the distance quick.
200.
From the highlight, how things end up working there. And I was just looking at the standings. That's going to put them up in 13th place right now. A couple of eliminations away from 12th right now for Aviv, Skittles, and Chimp. We're keeping tabs on them, seeing if they
Nah, Josie and them, I believe, died.
10 after this game's over.
I'd be so depressed if I got told half the stuff your chat says to you.
Cooper, Ree, and Curly.
Not gonna lie, I'd be depressed if I
continuing
got
the action
told
here at the Flooded Frogs.
half the stuff your chat says to you. Nah.
So far, so good
I don't
for them
really give a
as far
fuck.
as the overall damage.
I just got, like, the thing is, to be a content creator,
Zone's
you gotta have
relatively
skin.
close here.
In that last game for them, with a little bit of a different zone pull, not have magic mosses like yesterday, that was their worst game
And
of
a
the
lot of them
tournament so
also
far.
don't mean it,
They were still able
to
to get a 10th place with 3 eliminations, but we're kind of seeing
a lot of them don't mean
really
it,
be
like,
put to work here early on here in day 2 in the feed.
I mean, like, I troll that,
down
so,
on
like,
the Poyo. Agers does
like
look like
it's
he's
a
still
brother
alive
type
though.
of vibe. That's what, like, that's what boys do though, Jules.
They have men
Boys
with
troll
smokes,
each other,
water
you know? Like,
sprites, a
that's
bunch
like
of
a real
different
life thing.
utility. And they have the luxury to go back in the zone over towards Mass Meadows to get the reboot back on the Poyo, so it should be not too much hard work for them to be alive as a trio once more. The biggest thing that I'm really watching out for is with Poyo going down, getting rebooted, how much surge did they actually lose off of that?
You have very thick skin, fat ass? Yeah, that was unnecessary,
setback
but
that really makes the difference.
Whatever.
Take a look at it.
Ego chow.
Evan and Sandalit.
Wait, never mind.
Oh, they get
never mind. What the fuck?
It's the small things, right? The small regrets that end up sending you right back.
I feel like it's happening more and more where you think you have an isolated fight that deep in the zone, and then out of nowhere, a third team comes out of nowhere.
I'm not gonna lie, just chill, bro.
Diminished. They were able to quickly move north
that Kingling
from
dude is
Foxy
actually
Floodgates. They're trying to get the Brutal Boxcars mountain.
Gotta be, bro.
And if the trend continues and we have some of the same zones game after game hovering over each other, we're going to see a lot of proactivity come out of some of these teams, this being one of them. Now, depending on where there's... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, this is where they positioned up last game, right? They seemed to be comfortable coming here, taking the fights on this mountain, but this time around, they wanted to get here early so they didn't have to really box out, you know, a team while getting third-partied. So they get the full wipe,
supposed to be
and then look at that, they're fully based up now.
So literally 2 hours.
Read my mind right there. And this is, I feel like, one of the first times we've seen Clix, Yamzo, and Higgs actually fight for this black market.
Yo,
they're realizing how close the tournament is, and they're pulling out every single strategy, going back to what they know has worked.
Not facts, you changed? What do you mean? Legend, what's up, kid?
Some of those past Divisional Cup tournaments, 341 damage above the threshold.
Oh, it's
the
my
zone is
last
moving
part.
over
I'm waiting on it,
towards this direction. So they're maybe learning, adapting here as the games go on.
The power
supply.
Call it
too early now. We might
the power supply was missing, bro.
Magic Moss's endgame. Little update from Agers though, going on here. So Poyo picked up little damage, given that he's playing the zone right now. Agers is making super sure there's no one kind of lurking about right here, not trusting a bush, not trusting the builds. This tower is obviously still in the zone right now.
Nah, Kush, I'm not. What's up, baby? Oh my God, wait, Zoe? No, Zoe!
On one side, but on this one, Yamzo just takes a big shot, maybe even kneecapper on top. Clicks as well, dropped down to 105 HP and shield, forced to backtrack.
Higgs with the kill?
With Higgs, where he knows he has a little bit of extra help, so that way he
can Zoe! I think Zoe took one down!
Has a little bit of work
okay!
Because he already has elimination onto Tony. That's going to help with the siphon, the extra materials as to continue to push forward.
No, it was Higgs. Oh my God.
Second elimination
Higgs killed 2.
So look at this. Last game they kicked it off with 4 elims in the
Oh my
early
god,
game.
they
This
are
time
fucking
they're finding some
stacked.
game critical fights here.
Wait, they have double mythic.
And then they get to secure.
They have double
the
mythic.
market and everything in between right now.
Max
this is actually
Chugs?
perfect. And now you look in the outskirts.
Oh wow.
There are other options as well, right? You have to think about how those teams are likely thinking that they need to get into a surge fight as well. But if you're Higgs, Yamzo, and Clicks, they got a brief glimpse of how well set up they are right now.
Yo, that Creon kid is camping their shit though. They gotta kill him.
It's just unfortunate. Creon's by himself, and they have some extra HP down below.
Oh, gotta
so
get
they
that
can
last kill, like for real.
literally outstay their welcome over there. Rise, Yapko, Muzz, still slow to rotate. Pulls further and further towards Brutal Boxcars. Again, that mountain range that some have invested
Good,
into
Riley, I
early
did sure
on
the hell eat 'em all,
might
bro.
have been the fruitful play that
All them
works out.
fucking XF
But
burgers,
with
baby.
845 damage above the threshold, they really don't have to worry about anything other than making it to zone. And it sounds easier than it actually is because you saw what trio is waiting at the other side.
Almost 15K in
Somehow,
the
some
yes,
way,
sir.
miracles
Exclamation mark community.
are true. They
Make sure y'all
weren't
join the
spotted
fucking
out.
community, boys.
They
Mods,
can
you might
see
wanna pin
Ritual
that
and
shit,
Cole
too.
moving their heels out
Agers,
of the
oh
base.
my, full box?
And look at how
100?
quickly
Yo,
they end up boxing
okay.
down, but hold up.
Holy
Agers,
shit,
Acorn,
that
and
could've
Boyo
been
not letting
bad.
up the pressure here.
That
They end up
actually could've
killing
been
that
fucking
team that just
ugly
got the
right there,
pickup
boys.
right off the outskirts on the bridge. And it's G-Monster and Osid who fall now to the hands of Agers, Acorn, and Boyo. So big set of eliminations here. We talked about them being out of damage. They're only 181 above after picking up 2 eliminations, so it shows you they could have been 500 or 600 behind.
How did they have so many blocks?
Just moments ago.
Oh. You know where it's going, right, Monster? You know where we're headed, right? Maybe they could take the train because we're going to Brutal Boxcars is what it looks
wonder
like.
how.
That mountain range that some invested
doing
into
that?
might
Wait,
be
Peter?
working as JoJo Fishy trying to pass Peterbot. He gets taken down from one player
Oh
to the
my
next.
God.
Aoxy feels that same pain,
kills.
and he felt it twice in the
Holy
same
shit,
game.
it's literally
because
gonna come down to
remember,
whoever
they
plays
were trying
better,
to
Clicks or
disengage
Peter
as
this
a
game.
solo. At least he got
They're
the
actually
reboot
side
to
by
take
side,
down some
2
of his
kills each,
teammates,
boys.
but
This is
the
a
things
fucking
you
movie,
really
brothers.
just have to watch out for. And that's only their second elimination so far, and they're almost 600 above the damage
Hey,
threshold.
oh my god.
You guys see why Muzz and team were like, oh, wait a second. We're not going to get by this
Oh,
base.
nada.
that's exactly
Nada,
what
this
happened.
is
They
not
were gonna
very
dive into the
awesome,
next
bro.
Team they saw for sure. Sphinx Bolts
This
and
is
Kanata
not
both
awesome.
113 damage below the threshold.
Pre-Nada stream, he's fucking crashing
This is
on everyone, oh
obviously
god.
one of the worst positions you could
Nada's
be in
just gonna
here.
start fucking crashing.
And they have a decision to make. They're going to go 5 splash down and then into the box here. So Aviv, Skittles, and Chimp are an option. And then you have Cooper's team down low.
How are they
Ooh,
this
Rhea,
low,
Cooper,
though?
Curly have to be
swear they
counting their
have so
lucky
many-
stars because Bolt, Sphinx, and Kanata are on the way, and they're
You know, they
hungry
have
for an
one
elimination here. They need damage. Nothing just yet.
This is not good. Sphinx goes down. Eliminated. Active Storm Surge means you're not going to get knocked. And they're
This
just
is
falling further
crazy.
and further below from a little bit over 100 to now
Fuck, man.
321 damage below the threshold. That's close to 2 full eliminations on the players. And it's something that you got to be careful for because they don't have any extra heals, no shields, no HP. Luckily for them, they're able to look to the backside of the zone.
Yo!
Try to land some shots, but it bites them in the end. Aviv, Skittles, Chimp, they might have forgot about him, but they didn't forget about you. They turn on to Kanata, get that elimination, and force Bolts into a mad scramble.
Tough spot to be in here now.
273.
And although he has to play defensive, you kind of can't, right? Like, you don't have the luxury, you don't have the time. There it is. Things are active.
Wow.
Sees a base, goes into it. Amplify cleans him up. That's going to be the end.
Who's
See
IGLing?
Kanata there. Cooper,
On Kanata's
Reed
trio,
and Curly
chat.
take full advantage of the fight that
Who's
they hear break
IGL?
off next door. Meanwhile, Muzz, Rise,
Wait,
and
Reed
Japko,
taking down fucking
Ooh.
Amplify.
troubles in the world right now. They go for an early rotate to try to get to this zone. And
The pre-edits come in play from Muzz, Rise, and
This was
Yapko.
the best way to go. There's a huge body of water. Team's already set up on this side. Just gonna have to watch it play out.
Just trying to heal up. I can sense them passing around that
No,
Chojo before
Cooper's
this
alive.
rotation, just to top everybody
Wait, why are you
out.
saying GG, Sandy? What happened?
Rise peeking
Oh
through.
my god, you must know something we don't.
And they got to be careful here because, like you said, they have to go over that open body of water. Now they're one of the last teams to rotate on over.
Oh,
And if
for
anybody
Nada,
is
okay,
going to
okay.
be below surge, they're definitely going to be looking back. And on the other
my
side
God,
of that
the mythic
they're
log.
running to Clicks. They're going to run into Yamzo and Higgs.
Yo.
And they're just putting pressure on every team that has to rotate through that water.
Jacob, I was asking myself, what team could it, like, who pulled the zone right there? Like, Who's set up already on the other side?
3
Big
kills
body of
all
water
for
to
Higgs.
protect them. It's Clicks, Iamzo, and Higgs with the prime
Already set up,
positioning.
looking
Talk
for more
about
surge.
key real estate right here. This
Double
is a
mythic,
perfect
chat.
position to be
7
in.
chugs
Not
on
only
Clicks.
that, they
They are
have the
stacked.
natural elevation and the high
Holy
ground up
shit, they have
above
so
them
many
as
builds.
well.
Look at that, the 2-point
This is where
difference.
you want to be right
A
now.
2-point game, bro. Oh my fucking god.
Not too comfortable. You can see Clicks just kind of
Wow.
staying on his toes right now. Replay coming in for Coldridge on Peterbot'S. They're finding eliminations right now. Keep in mind, those are points,
Oh my
right? Starting to rack up
God.
there.
Trying to close that gap.
Peter in the
6
feed,
points.
taking
It's not
another
much
down.
now,
Gap go.
but you definitely cannot let Peterbot, Cold,
Polo,
and
Agers,
Rich
Acorn trying to rotate,
continue
find
to get
themselves in.
more
70
and more
above though.
eliminations as each
Need
game
some tags here.
passes. It's almost
Cooper
been the trend.
in the
69
feed, taking
above,
one
though, for
down.
Major 1 champions.
Okay, Coop.
They've had a few struggles
Buzz
in
and
this
Rice
game,
take
but they're
down
always
Gaming and
figuring out a
Noah.
way to make it
Gene,
work. The
Gene.
zone cuts back just a little bit in their favor, and that gives them the option to look across 2-3 teams over there. That's going to be their target. I was literally just saying you cannot let them pick up these eliminations, and there goes Peterbot.
Peter's just
another
getting
knock
3
on the
fucking
Cynics.
kills, bro.
The end game is just starting.
Yeah,
right
they
now.
keep
They're at
spamming the
5
desk
even,
and
so
chair
talk about
ads,
really
bro.
hitting
It's
up
so annoying.
When it matters, Zone's gonna pull far east though, giving up all that water straight into the landmass. We go.
At least
See,
pay us,
most
man.
of the teams already have migrated here. 2 trios trailing behind.
Maz
for
taking
Peterbot,
down
Rich,
Medic
and
in the
Cole,
feed. Look at that.
Trying to decide. It's gonna be the first move for them right now. Big lobby pressure coming in off the Chimp, Skittles, and Aviv. Down low.
I think they figure a lot of these teams are going to have to rotate in their direction, and that's going to be the best chance that they got to try to catch some players off guard.
Acorn never about to
able to
catch
sneak
fire.
through, but not much.
Boog
But
on
this
height,
is the
baby.
zone. Kelly
Hold on.
really broke
Hold
this
the
down
fuck
to start
on.
the day. They
Hold up, hold up.
Immediately built up.
Oh,
Boog
fuck
up
no.
threats and
0
rapid.
kills,
They were the
that
ones
ass.
who closed out game number 6
Come
with
on,
a
bug
victory.
it back at.
Wow. And so it's going to be interesting to see if they can actually close this one off. They're looking across and seeing who is actually going to try to make the play to contest them.
Yo,
Where
Hype.
this next zone pulls
Shout out
monster
to you for
is
the
gonna be
Twitch
so
Prime sub,
pivotal
bro.
on threats,
Appreciate
Rapid,
you
and
using
Booga's
your
next
Prime,
moves.
bro.
You can tell by Booga's body language there. He is eyeing up Reef
Fuck,
base. They are a
bro.
little
Acorn
too close
goes
for
down,
comfort. The
man.
second height.
Wait, Cole
Put it
takes
past
down
him and dive
Yapko.
in, but
Clicks
look
takes
at
down
this.
Muzz. Higgs
Just
finishing up
can't
Muzz's
get
body
a
now.
break.
Securing the
Agers.
kills. Oh my fucking
Oh,
god.
Acorn and Boyo get
Dude,
eliminated.
look how stacked they are.
Replacement point starts to
Holy
kick in,
shit.
kind of add up, but it was a struggle of a game. Just to
Emote
get
only,
this
emote only,
far.
please.
Clicks
Emote
and
only,
Higgs,
emote only.
though. They have not stopped playing the perfect frontside low ground all weekend long, and they just continue to do so. Another
God,
top
oh
10
my
is just
God.
moments away.
Bro, you guys are fucking.
You see the huge difference, though, in
they
their
go.
inventory this time around. The
No,
Mythic
spam
Collateral
for the inside.
AR, the extra splashes, they did make their way on over to that black market.
Uh-oh.
Trying to take use of their lone wolf POI.
Peter's trying to
Peterbot
chop
looking
out
to
height.
down high ground, but they got to be connected somewhere else.
This low-key
And
might
that's
be
the
a
thing
great
that
for
they're gonna
Peter,
look for,
though.
But instead, they run into
But it's
Craze on the
Booga on
other
height,
side,
bro.
but they're not backing down from any challenge, especially now since they know they're going to have to rotate. And you see them looking through the wall, eyeing that team before they rotate on
Yambo
out.
trying to rotate, doing
Just
what
trying
he
to be
can,
very, very
keeping his feet
precise
front
about
zone.
the
Peter
rotation.
now
They even changed
leading the
LAers
ways, looking
during
for
this
height,
next
but it's
pool.
Booga.
Now they're looking up. Peterbot
Reed.
knows if they want
Oh
high
my
ground, now
fucking
would be
god.
the time
Oh
to try
my
to take it.
fucking god.
Yeah, they wanted to chop it down, but it's connected to the steam stack there. He didn't see or notice the fact that it is just going to be there and set
god,
up.
just play low ground, play
See
low
also
ground.
Higgs under the gold rush splash effect.
Top
here,
12
continuing to
situation, the
rotate. It
top
seems like they
teams
play
are
a little bit of a
alive.
favorable
Fucking
zone
movie.
on the low ground as well.
Hey,
So that's
Bugga.
perfect for the meanwhile. Booga
Bugga's still doing a good job, though, holding height.
Base here, so
Oh, shit,
all that
Peter.
material count doesn't go
Oh,
away, so Peterbot
shit.
doesn't care. He's had enough of high ground shooting down. He's starting to eye up Booga. And we know what he does. He used that kneecapper so well to retake high ground.
They lost it, they
Jumps
lost
to the
it.
front side. His own threats is there to back him up. Booga
This is
right
either gonna
on in.
fuck
It's
him up.
all
Oh
right
my
inside the box.
god.
Threats gets put down though.
GG's.
Peterbot is showing up once again. This time he wants to win though.
Wait, clicks in the
Yeah,
feet,
he took
taking
the
down
high
Golden.
ground by force, and you saw when they all jumped over.
Damn, they
Threats
just
rapid.
forced the
It's like
fucking
they
high
jumped in
ground take.
different directions. Threats
Hey,
were just
Yamzo
left
though,
by himself
fragging
in the
out.
Lion's Den.
Yamzo get
beaten.
fraggy bottom.
Every chance
Oh
they get,
my
now the
god,
game has
bro.
changed.
We're doing it again. We're doing it again. First and second, bro.
Get the win that they wanted in game
Oh
number
my
1. They
God.
got the gap closed by Clicks,
Holy
Yamzo, and
fuck,
Higgs,
bro.
and now it's their time to reopen that
Holy
spread.
shit.
What's most important is
They're
that
all
they stay
alive.
alive
It's
right now.
top 10.
Everyone
The
has to
subs
stay
are
up.
getting
Ritual
split.
takes
They have the
huge
heal up, but
damage right
Peter
now.
playing the frag right now.
It's
Needs the
a
kills, but wait.
falls
Richie.
back. It's
Ritual
Cooper.
goes down.
It's Reed who's
Oh
here.
my
As well.
fucking
But
god,
look,
Peter.
He's showing Vert show up too for a little bit of high ground. Everyone
Oh my fucking god. Peter!
Again, he's here to fight back.
Taki thought it
No,
was safe.
Cold goes down. Peter?
Pete, Cold goes down. Ritual as well. Peterbot able to get a knock on the one, but he knows he can't clean it up just yet. Vert's still down below,
Peter.
but he's getting backed off backside of zone.
Peter by himself, trying to clutch up what he can, but Higgs on low ground though. Hold on. Oh my fucking god. Clicks, Higgs. Luga's still alive. They're all on low ground right now, doing what they can, fragging out. Peter by himself, a solo on height. Top 6 situation, but second place on low ground, fragging right now with 11 kills.
They have managed to secure here. They are running away
Big
with
fucking
this
clicks.
Peterbot is still in this game.
Peter?
Still looking to earn points, still looking to keep
Peter?
from opening up any further. He's already at a total
Come on,
of
Peter.
11 Elans
Put a
with the
fucking
trio
movie
here.
on.
He finds Donnie
Put a
as
movie
well.
on, Pete.
Still
Oh my god.
finds Ferg.
Peter versus Clicks. 1v3. Can he do
He
it?
says you
Oh my god. Peter, don't do it.
Hold up. Peterbot finds Higgs. And now
100.
starting to cook in another shot off the Clicks. And he is
No.
still going.
No.
One thing's for certain.
Oh my god. The